Hi friends, today we are going to learn about the power of web scraping in programming, and we are going to go with a practical example on how to build a SERP scraper, a search engine result scraper with C#. Let's start. Let's start with the concept. If you open now your web browser and go and search for something online like what is web scraping, you see Google will show you these search results, up to 100 search results with multiple pages. So what we want to do with web scraping is scrape this page with our code and read these links and titles. This is very important in a lot of scenarios like SEO monitoring and tracking, like data studies and analysis, studying search results. Like in my case, I'm collecting data from Google search results, a lot of data like titles, keyword lengths, meta description, and then I analyze this data with machine learning and data analysis to conclude and learn the best way to write a title, a meta description, and the link and so on to rank on Google. There's one important usage of web scraping. We have a lot of scenarios where web scraping is really very important. So simply with our application we want to read these results, the links, titles, and so on. So let's open Visual Studio and create a new project to start. Create a new project. I will go with a basic console application, so you can use it anywhere you want. If you want to go with an API, you can just copy the code inside your application. SERP, scraper, and next. Let's go with .NET 5 now and create. Very nice. So this is our main function here. Increase the font size, delete this, and let's start. So what I'm going to do now is to create a function that you can copy and you can use in any application you want. So I will go down here and I will say public, let's start with void for now, scrape, SERP, and I will pass two parameters. The first one is a string, which is the query you want to search for on Google, and the second parameter is the number of pages we want to scrape. So let's say here _underscore pages, and this will be an integer, and here we are. So this is our basic method. To scrape with C#, you want to use a library called HTML Agility Pack. So go here to dependencies and then manage and you get packages and simply go to browse here and then search for HTML Agility Pack. Here we are, install it. Now we have everything to start scraping Google. Let's go back to Google. So mainly in this scenario today, we are going to scrape the title and the URL. The idea is the same for everything here, but to make things simple now for beginners, we're going to scrape the title and the URL, which I believe is the most important data here in this page. So I will create a class, a simple class to hold two properties. Public class SERP result, and let's say the first property string is the URL and the second one is the title. So now after we created this class, this method, the scrape SERP, will now return a list of SERP results. So I will change the void here to list of SERP result. That's simple. I will start by creating a new list. Var SERP results is equal to new list of SERP result. So now we have an empty list of SERP results, and at the end we will return this list. In between, we are going to scrape and fill this list with Google search results. Now we will loop from page 0 or page 1 to number of pages that you define with this method to scrape all Google search results pages. So I will create a loop starting from page 1 and less than or equal to number of pages. So let's say number of pages is 3. It will loop from 1 to 3. Now in the loop, we are going to open Google search results page and download the HTML document. Let's go back here. This document, if you right click and go to view page source, you will see this is the page source, the HTML code behind this page. Or if you want, if you right click on any of these links and click on inspect, you will see the HTML HTML code behind this page. In our case, you want to scrape this HTML code. Now we are going to use the power of scraping to start reading this HTML code. So the first line is to define the URL that we are going to open and navigate to. You will see it's Google, search, then we have this query parameter, which is query. And here number 100 means how many results you want per page. You can set it to 10 if you want. In my case, I will use 100 to get the maximum number of results we can. Then start, which is the number of page, starting with the page we are in now. Very nice. So now we have the URL. We can open it with HTML Agility Pack. So define a new HTML web object and import HTML Agility Pack to your project. Then I'm going to define what we call a user agent for this HTML web object. This agent here will help in avoiding sometimes the reCAPTCHA and avoiding to look as a bot when we open Google. So it's important to add this user agent parameter here. Then let's load the URL. Simply define a new HTML document and load the URL inside this web object. Very nice. Now we have the HTML document. We can scrape it and read it and extract the data that we want. The next step is to create the collection of nodes that's holding the Google search results. So I defined a new HTML node collection. It's called nodes. Let's make it small letter. And we are going to the HTML document here, document node, and select nodes with this class. Let's see in the document where we can find it. If you go back here to search results and right click inspect, you will see this is the class we want. This is the div with the class YURUBF. So we are selecting all the nodes with this class, which is the search result we want to read. You can see here, this is the class. Now we have the div with this class. We can read the link and the title. I hope you got the idea. Now we are going to loop for every tag inside these nodes and read the title and the link. So define a new SERP result object from this class. Here we are. Let's now get the anchor tag, which is the link tag, and the H3 tag, which is the search result tag. Let's go back to show you this also. You will see here they have the anchor tag and we have the H3 tag, which is the title of this result. You see, this is the result text and this is the anchor tag with the link. So you want to read the anchor tag and heading 3 tag. Very nice. Now we have them both. Let's say now result.url is equal to anchor. And now we need to read the href property. So here we are, we got the href property and result.title is equal to title. Of course, we can simply replace this directly and then like this and delete these lines of code. And here we are. So we got the URL, the title. Let's add them to the list. SERP results dot add result. Now we have the search results added to our list, and that's it. Decrease the font size. Now we have this function. We can call it from the main function. Let's test it. Console.writeLine. Welcome to Google Search Scraper. And now let's define an object called results as an example and call this method scrape. And I will pass a query. Let's say, what is programming? And I want 3 pages. Now you will see we have this error here because the main method is static. So we need to make this method also static. And now we will go for each var result in results. We are going to print on the screen or write on the screen. I will say console.writeLine result.title and result.url. Let's open and run the code. And very nice, we have the results here, titles and URLs. Now it's time to learn how to build a keyword research tool with C#. Also for free, you can check this video. If you have any questions, waiting for you in the comment section below. See you in the upcoming videos.